Well, good morning and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now I thought today we'd just have a look at a few slipper orchids, probably more Puffy pedallums than phragmipediums, because I don't show these very often. And these two in front of you are Lady Isabelles, and they seem to be doing okay. I mean, this one has got 4 growths on it. The two largest ones are doing very well. They're coming up with a new leaf in the middle there, and they don't need watering because I only do these about once every 10 days at this time of year, and it seems to suffice very well because they're in quite large pots. The other one's okay as well. That's got a new growth. That's coming up there with another new leaf there. See if there's any more around the bottom. Nope, none on that one. And yeah, there's one on that one. Just coming up there. Just behind the label. Lovely. Oh, and another one up there as well. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's also got 4 growths on it. So they're doing okay. Now these are a cross between Stony Eye and Rothschildianum. Well, Stony Eye, as with the Rothschildianum, requires bright light but no sun, and it likes an average day temperature of around, I would say 22, 23 up to 25 degrees centigrade, and the nighttime temperature probably no lower than around about 14 or 15. Now both these species are found in Borneo, and the Stony Eye, is found in the moist forest regions and grows on steep slopes on limestone rock. Now this doesn't mean that you should add limestone to the media, because in these warm, humid conditions, the limestone will not become soluble. And that's simply because limestone only becomes soluble in cold water. They will require regular watering in the warm summer months, but the media should be almost dry, but not dry, before watering again. The leaves on these should not be sprayed for obvious reasons, that the grooves on the leaves will funnel the water back into the crown, and it could cause the crown rot. So don't spray the leaves. Now these make good household plants, providing you can give them 60, 65%, 70% humidity. And yeah, and indoors they'll stand around about 50, I should imagine, but with some good air movement. And as with most orchids, fertiliser we have to keep to a minimum. You know, where they grow in the wild, they don't get much, so we don't have to give them much neither. I would say a very weak solution every 10 to 14 days in the warmer months, and probably just once per month in the cooler seasons. Now the Rothschildianum is also found in Borneo, but I think only in the region of Mount Kinabalu, and I think I'm right in saying that the ground media around these parts contain quite a lot of magnesium. So they will stand a little magnesium in the spray. Anyhow, both these species will do well in the same types of cultivation. They are both multiflorals, and so you can imagine one of these in full bloom will be an absolutely beautiful sight. I haven't had one yet, but I've had this bloom just with 2 flowers on, that's all. But when they get more than 2, they're absolutely spectacular. Now, an interesting point to me in this one was it was originated in 1897 by a gentleman called Thomas Satter. who live close to Manchester. Now, the North of England Society was formed in 1897, and it was formed as the Manchester Orchid Society. I think something like that anyhow. So no doubt this guy became a member of what is now the North of England Orchid Society, which is the oldest society in the world. And to think the Lady Isabelle plant was originated by one of our, I don't know, could have been founder members. It's very interesting. I feel very proud about that. So that's a bit of a talk on the Lady Isabelle. What I've done these days is, seeing as it gets pretty cold in this greenhouse, I've taken some Puffy Pedallums indoors, and they are doing very, very well. I've got them on the window bottoms, and with the warmth in there, and I've got them on sort of humidity little trays, they seem to be doing well. So we'll just have a quick look at those. Well, I'm inside now, and I've moved these plants away from the window bottom. It'd be easy to film. And this little one is just a Hung Sheng eagle, which was dying off, a little, just a little plant, but it feels quite firm in the pot now. So I'm hoping for that one will be okay. Now the next one, what did I say? Oh, this is Phragmipedium. This is the species Phragmipedium caudatum, and that's doing very nicely. Hello, it's just dripping. I've just watered them, and this has got two big growths, a third growth there, and I think it's got some coming up round the bottom. Yeah, there we are, and two more coming up round the bottom, and these are absolutely gorgeous. That's Phragmipedium caudatum. Now these are one of the only Phragmipediums they found growing on trees, but I've never flowered this yet, but hopefully this is going to flower in the late summer this year. Phragmipedium caudatum. Now this one's doing very well. This is a oh dear, I've forgotten it. It's a Puffy Pedallum. Oh, St. Swithin, that's what this one is. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely two nice, beautiful new growths, about the same size, and both coming up with new growths in the middle. So that's doing very nicely. Puffy Pedallum, St. Swithin. I'll put these back on the window bottom and get the other, I think the other two, I think there are. It might be three, but we'll have a look. Now here are another three, and the first one we'll have a look at is this Puffy Pedallum angel hair. Now this is a cross between the St. Swithin I've just shown you and Sanderianum, and this wasn't doing a lot, but since I brought it indoors and put it on the windowsill and looking after it with the watering etc., that's just starting to put up a nice new leaf there. So that's looking quite well. This one is one of the favourites of mine, which is, and I've just forgotten, no, I remember now, it's a Prince Edward of York. Absolutely gorgeous, this one. And I've grown this from a little seedling, and it's about the first time I've ever done that from a seedling. Hasn't grown up much in the middle, but I think there's just signs of a spike bud coming up there, if you can see it, right down in the middle. So I'm hopeful for that one. They're absolutely beautiful. They're a cross between Puffy Pedallum, Sanderianum, which is the queen of frags, and Rothschildianum, which is the king of frags. So these are absolutely beautiful when they're in bloom. Now here's one I'm very pleased with, and this is a Phragmipedium warsawixianum, or Popowai, or Wallacei. They call them all sorts, but this one was labelled Warsawixianum when I got it. And there's three growths on it. Two large ones, one small, all coming up with nice growths in the middle, and hopefully this one is coming into spike. As you can see there, it's coming up with 2 leaves in the middle instead of 1, which is a sure sign that it's going to spike. Now these are absolutely gorgeous with long sepals on them, and I just can't wait for this one to come into flower. So those are the ones I've got inside on the window bottom in the living room. I've got plenty of Puffy Pedallums and Phalaenopsis and Cattleyas in the back room, which I'm not sure you yet, but I'm very, very pleased with the way these frags and Puffy Pedallums are coming on. Oh, I might just start, I can tell you what these are potted in. The Phragmipediums are in a medium-sized bark with plenty of perlite in, or sponge rock, whichever you prefer to call it. And the Puffy Pedallums are in the same stuff, but they've also got added silica sand. The silica sand is very good for the hairs on the Puffy Pedallum roots to stick to. So that's about all I can say. So thank you very much for watching, and thanks to all my subscribers, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.